How to search without Google. My name is Sarah and I'm an information professional. That's a librarian in old money. I could run a whole workshop during the day on search and filtering information, so this is going to be edited highlights of a few key ideas. And the core idea is to share some ways of negotiating the web without Google. So the key questions are, why not use Google? Why does it matter what search engine I use? And fundamentally, why should you listen to this particular talk? Well, principally, Google doesn't always tell it to you straight. Now, this is not a Google bashing talk, and I would be a hypocrite if I pretended I never used their services. I use search all the time, plus Gmail, Google Docs, and YouTube. But I know what some of its limitations are. Relying on Google alone means missing out on some of the deeper web, and it means your search results are never quite as objective as you think they're going to be. I'm going to give you 3 different search engines, 3 useful search terms you can use, and throw in some good old-fashioned librarianly advice along the way. So here goes. It's really easy just to jump straight into Google to look for an answer, and I do it all the time. But sometimes a moment's thought about what we want to find is a better strategy. Look before you leap, perhaps. What would good results look like? Would a presentation or a graph or numbers answer my question more effectively? Pausing for a moment, just for a moment, will help save time because you can come up with a search that means you go to the best source first for the thing you want without spending ages reading or wading through a load of irrelevant, possibly wrong, and misleading results. Research says people rarely go past the first 2 pages of results from a search engine, and there's an entire industry dedicated to making sure sites appear in the top few hits. So let's try to circumvent that to find what you need, not what the advertisers want you to read. Using a search engine that supports and or not logic can be really good, but there's no time to talk about Boolean operators today. So let me instead tell you about 3 simple ways to reduce your results, and these work on Bing and Yahoo and a range of other search engines. So 3 limiters to try out. You might use these to reduce the number of results you have to sift through and make the results you do get more relevant. If you know what you want, a specific kind of file, you can use file type. This example would return results that include the phrase Greenbelt Festival that are PDFs, but it could be a spreadsheet you're looking for, or a Word document, or music files. If you know you only want information from a particular site, use the cite command, and in title, searches for your term in the title of the web page. I use cite a lot when I'm looking for government or EU information. I know it's there somewhere, but I can't always track down what I want from the gov.uk website. Have a look at the advanced search pages on your preferred search engine for examples. And if you don't know that putting quotes around the word you're using means it's treated as a phrase in search, that can also be revolutionary. So a pause for some general librarianly advice. Google will personalise what you see based on your activity across the web. Remember, they're trying to get you to click on links that generate income for Google. They're not being altruistic in their business model. So this can skew the results you see and all the ads you get later elsewhere across the web. If you use an in-private window when you're browsing, this doesn't happen, and then your search results are unfiltered. So I've got 3 different search engines to show you and reasons why I like them. I've just searched on the phrase Greenbelt Festival across all of them so I can show you what the results look like. Carrot Clustering Engine gives graphical options of results, helping you determine topics and see where the results are coming from. So here are the results for Greenbelt Festival. Lots refer to faith and justice, and a few refer to the weather forecast. You can see all the results in the list on a separate tab. And as you move your mouse around the wheel, the specific results that are clustered under each colour are shown on the right-hand side. And I like this because it really helps break down a search into related topics very quickly. Okay, the benefit of using DuckDuckGo is that it doesn't track or personalise. I'm not promoting anonymity on the web because you, which of course you aren't, might be doing something you shouldn't, but because it helps you get clearer search results and it maintains your privacy. So this is the results from DuckDuckGo for the same phrase. We've got the Wikipedia entry at the top. The official website is listed, And we've got alternative searches suggested as well. I'd recommend having a look at the More menu here. There's lots of interesting hints and goodies about this website and about this search engine. The third search is Million Short. Million Short removes results from the top 1,000,000 or 100,000 or 10,000 sites from your search. So it'll take out Facebook, Wikipedia, about.com and such like. And the benefit of this is that it helps you get deeper into the results faster, and it removes quite a lot of nonsense. So same results. The sites that have been not included in this are listed on the right-hand side, so you can add them back in again if you want. Okay, so we've had the search engine in the syntax. It must be time for another piece of librarian advice. And if you knew how passionately I believe in library access for all, you won't be surprised at this one. It's not just use your local library, although you should go in, borrow some music books or DVDs, sign up your kids, your neighbours, your friends and your enemies, but it's make sure you know the hidden depths they can take you to, and that they curate content for us. So my local county library service has, online or via library PCs, top-of-the-range business databases. You won't get access to this kind of information for free just from the general web. Not legally, anyway. The British Library, the Library of Libraries, has free online information guides for particular topics, and you can use this as a great getting started guide. The British Library isn't just for serious academics who live in the reading rooms. It holds, manages, and makes available a huge collection of stuff for us all. And just a reminder of the questions I asked before, at the very start of the talk, before starting a search. Is it just words you need? Is a web page really the best option? What about audio, video, or slide decks? The answer you want might not just live in text on a web page. So with a couple of minutes left, what else do I have to say? Well, here's one final bonus site. The Wayback Machine at the Internet Archive can be brilliant if you need older information. Some sites have been kept for fairly long periods of time, well, fairly long in internet terms anyway. So it's possible, for example, to find out what the Greenbelt website looked like in July 1997. This might be a great way to settle an argument, perhaps about which festival you were at when you saw a particular act, or just marvel at developments in web design over the last 16 years. You can track developments on a topic through time to find older versions of sites that have been oh so helpfully updated. There's not complete coverage, unfortunately, and it can be a bit hit and miss. So on that note, I'm done. Thank you for listening. I hope you've heard something that will make your web search simpler, more accurate, and faster in the future. If you want to know more, then I recommend two people's blogs, Phil Bradley and Karen Blakeman. They are absolutely invaluable. Phil keeps a long list of interesting Google alternative search engines, and Karen will teach workshops on search techniques. Thank you.